Hi everyone, and welcome back to Litigation Corner. I'm your host, John Martino, the Director of Litigation at Community Legal Services, and I'm coming to you today to celebrate two of my favorite things, Volusia County and Community Legal Services. In 2026, Community Legal Services celebrates our 60th anniversary. Happy birthday, CLS! We've gone through a couple of mergers and name changes over the years, but CLS, you look better than ever. To celebrate Community Legal Services' 60th anniversary, Litigation Corner is going on the road. Over the next 12 months, we're going to be doing interviews with staff members throughout our 12-county service area. CLS will also be hosting events in all 12 counties. Our first event will be in Volusia County, so today we'll be celebrating Volusia, the county where I grew up. We're starting in Volusia because that is where CLS's story began. In 1966, Volusia County Legal Services, Inc. was created in Volusia County to help people address their legal needs. The first legal director for our organization was Judge Warren H. Cobb, who would become one of the 6 original judges named to the 5th District Court of Appeal. Cobb and the original staff of CLS were immediately working on high-profile constitutional rights cases. Volusia County Legal Services would later merge with other legal aid organizations to become Community Legal Services that we know today. More on that in future episodes. I have personally called Volusia County home for more than half of those 60 years. I grew up in Volusia County, and it really is an amazing place full of fun things to do. Volusia County is a melting pot of different cities with unique histories and cultures. Volusia is home to the world's most famous beach in Daytona, but it's also home to other beautiful, more secluded beaches along the coast, from Ormond by the Sea down to Ponce Inlet. On those Volusia County beaches in the early 1900s, wealthy men like Henry Flagler and Bill Franz found the beach conditions ideal for racing their high-end racing cars. That is why Volusia County is referred to as the birthplace of speed, and why every year we welcome the best racers in the world to the Daytona 500. Volusia is also a destination for Bike Week and Spring Break. And for some spring breakers, they need not go very far, because Volusia is home to several colleges, including being home to Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, Daytona State Falcons, the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Eagles, and of course, the Stetson Hatters in DeLand. Volusia County is also home to the Daytona Tortugas, a minor league baseball affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds, who play at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. That ballpark has existed since 1914 and is the oldest active ballpark in minor league baseball. The ballpark is named for Jackie Robinson because it is the first minor league stadium to allow Jackie Robinson to play, before he broke the major league color barrier when he was called up by the Brooklyn Dodgers. CLS used to operate just across the street from Jackie Robinson Ballpark before Hurricane Irma tore up our then offices. But we are still thriving here in Daytona Beach, right off of Nova Road. The most common types of cases we handle in Volusia County are family law and domestic violence, housing issues, and consumer issues. We also have a small but mighty unit known as the Children's Rights Unit. That unit is headed by Dr. Katie Kelly. I recently caught up with Katie to discuss her work for the children of Volusia County and beyond. Katie Kelly, thank you for being with us today on Litigation Corner. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Good. So we do these interviews to really get to know people, but also get to know the good work that you're doing with the organization. You have done some amazing things. You've done impact work for our organization, so it's great to talk to you. but we want to first get to know you a little bit better. So first of all, Katie, where are you from?
I'm from a place called Frostburg, Maryland, which is firmly in the Rust Belt, and it's part of Appalachia, which may shock you.
So when you were growing up there, what did you want to be? What was the first job that you thought you wanted to be?
I actually wanted to be a nun.
I actually want to be a priest. That was one of the first jobs I wanted to be.
Catholic school, yeah. And I was categorically told by my principal that there were only 3 rules: poverty, chastity, and obedience, and I couldn't do any of them. And I didn't even know what that meant. And my principal literally suggested I become a lawyer. And I thought, And then I put that away, and I went into psychology, and then I worked for public school systems, and then I became a lawyer.
So what ultimately turned you into becoming a lawyer? What made you decide to go to law school, which is never an easy decision?
Yeah, I was in my 40s, and I had had a whole career in public education, and I just thought, this is falling apart, and kids aren't getting what they're supposed to get. And it wasn't that I thought I wanted to be an educational attorney, because I didn't, but I just realized, it's time to just move on. This isn't a great system, and I need to find a plan B. And that's when I decided, kind of almost in a little tantrum one day at school, I'm gonna apply to law school. And that's what I did.
And before we get into the great work that you do for our organization, who were your heroes growing up?
My heroes? That would have been Catholic school, so the Virgin Mary. Joe Namath was a big one. And, I don't know, I really don't recall having a whole lot of heroes.
All right, so you are the managing attorney of our Children's Rights Unit. So when we say children's rights, what do we actually mean?
Mostly we're talking about the rights of kids with disabilities, or kids who may have be fluid sexually or maybe transgendered. Anybody who's in a protected class status as a child.
And you were talking about children with special needs. So when we say their rights, where is that derived from?
Those are federal rights. Now, there are state rules that track that, but there are federal rights. There's this huge law called IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and Section 504 is another large act that protect kids in schools.
And what kind of work do you and your unit do for children? What is the actual day-to-day job of
the thing we do?
Yes.
Usually it looks, a parent calls us and says, oh my gosh, my kid is being suspended, my kid is being expelled, my kid is failing everything, my kid is being sometimes abused by a teacher, my kid is being bullied, and one of those things. And then we start to work seeing if the law is being violated in any of those things.
Okay, and if the law is being violated, what kind of things can we do?
What we like to do is we like to file a lot of state and federal administrative complaints. And so I think probably last year we filed maybe 20 to 30 state complaints against school districts in Florida for violating IDEA.
And we're here in Volusia County, and I know you do a lot of work here in Volusia County. One of the things that I know you also help kids with special needs with is getting IEPs. Yeah. Can you explain what an IEP is and how we go about making sure that they have the right IEP for them?
Kids oftentimes go to school with invisible disabilities, right? Like the parent knows something's not quite right, or they may even have a medical diagnosis of autism, but they're hoping their kid is going to track through school, effectively. And then they get to school and either behavior starts or some kind of academic failure starts. At that point, the parent can ask for the student to be evaluated in all suspected areas of disability. That should start the IEP process, that evaluation, to find out if there is a problem.
And one of the issues I know that we deal with a lot in 2025 is children being policed and school districts really not knowing how to handle kids and how their disabilities manifest. But we also know that you accomplished some great work with some amazing kids out there. You've turned kids from going from having D's and F's to A and B after getting that IEP that fits them. What keeps you motivated to keep getting those kinds of results for kids?
I'm motivated by my worst fear, which is no one else will do this. There are very few of us in the state of Florida who practice in this area. It's a really small niche area. And the thought that parents have no place to go to get help and that their kids don't have good outcomes because of that, that really bothers me.
And if a parent out there watches this interview and says, hey, my kid's not being treated fairly at school, what should they do? Call the helpline, and they will refer you to Katie.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you, Katie.
Thanks, John.
Thank you to Katie for joining me in Port Orange. Now we're going to head north to Ormond Beach for an interview with another managing attorney, Alicia Magazoo, who will share with us how legal aid supports local nonprofits and small businesses. Alicia Magazoo, thank you for being with us today.
Great to be here.
You're a champion of nonprofit businesses. You are someone who is a fair housing advocate.
Yep.
You are a podcaster.
Yep.
And a winner of the Glenn Schumann Memorial Award for Advocacy as well.
That's true.
Thank you for being with us. We're going to start off with some background questions so people can get to know you a little bit.
All right.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Florida, in the Jacksonville area, a little town called Orange Park, Florida. So not too far from here.
And you're now in the Ormond Beach community, correct? When you were growing up, what was the first job that you remember ever wanting to have?
Maybe a ballerina?
Fair enough. I mean, I've
It's a
had
full
some.
answer.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to have a dance studio with a bookstore. So I wanted to be an author and a ballerina.
Yeah.
Because those two go together.
Yeah, I mean, I would have definitely told my dad that, are they taking applications for Batman when I'm 5 years old? Yes. Okay, so you want to be a ballerina, dancer, bookshop owner. Did you have any heroes growing up?
The typical answer, probably my mom. She basically single mom. She was a teacher and, balancing teaching children as a day job and dealing with children at home. She did it splendidly, and she's the main reason I am who I am. And I never really thought about it, but I was into music as a kid too, and I was in band. I'm a band nerd. The band director had a major impact on my life, so we'll say him as well.
Nice.
Mr. Reguffin, if you're listening, shout out.
So when did you decide that you wanted to become an attorney?
Yeah, it was kind of a defining moment. Growing up into adulthood, into college, I went to school to get a great degree in business. So I didn't have, the yearning to be a lawyer. I just ended up working at a law firm, kind of by accident. I was between jobs and the receptionist was out. I had a family member that worked there and she convinced the attorney, like, hey, she can fill in while the receptionist is out. And so I did that for a little bit, and then one day their processor walked out. We did real estate closing, so the processor walked out, and they were like, hey, do you want to do this job now? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And did that for a couple of years. One day, phone rings. We used to, you're in the yellow pages, so everybody and their brother call us for all kinds of things. And somebody was asking a landlord-tenant question. I'm like, we don't do that type of law. And it was just like an epiphany, like I want to be the person who has the answer to this question. This woman needs help with something. She has a question and she needs help, and off to law school I went. The attorney tried to talk me out of it. He said it was really expensive. He was very correct about that. But there was no turning back after that.
Yeah.
That was my moment.
And you've had a number of hats for community legal services, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right now, you're the managing attorney of our CED unit.
Yeah.
So what does number one, what does CED mean? And number two, what does the CED unit do?
Yeah, we love our acronyms. But it's kind of obvious. Community Economic Development, but that's not very obvious for legal aid. Legal aid's, you've got the litigation corners to prove it, but we don't often get to help groups of people. And so that's what we do in CED. So I get to help start nonprofits, get them off the ground on the right foot. We have nonprofits that already exist that maybe have legal issues. Same thing with small businesses. We get to take entrepreneurs and kind of bring their dreams to life. But from the legal side of things, like before you get too far along, here's all the stuff you need to think about. So It's great because we get to impact the community kind of from the ground. We get to help groups that help other people. So the idea is to kind of make it so that maybe some of the people out in the community who may need services from legal aid won't need those services because they have access to these nonprofits to help them, or we're helping them with employment right out the gate so that they're financially stable in their lives and hopefully can make that rent payment.
And can any nonprofit or small business benefit from your services, or do they have to qualify?
They do have to qualify. We pretty much help smaller folks, and so that's true with even the nonprofits. It's a smaller nonprofit, so we're not the Red Cross. It's not one of our clients, but anyone's welcome to apply. They can do that at flcommunitydevelopment.org and let us decide and determine whether they're eligible for services or not. But yes, we do primarily help low-income entrepreneurs and then nonprofits that really haven't gotten super established yet.
So in addition to your work with CED, you also help mentor some of our younger fair housing attorneys who are new to the practice. What is your approach to mentorship?
We always tell the new folks, don't feel bad that you don't have a solid understanding of fair housing. It's a very niche area of the law. So, it's a learning curve for everybody. When I came into it, I didn't know anything about it either. Also, letting them know, but you're gonna love it. The more you get into it, you're gonna love it. So just kind of being available to them so that they can ask their questions and give them guidance, let them give their scenario, give their point of view, and then kind of help steer them toward something maybe they hadn't thought of before, and pointing them to resources. Self-help is great, and learning it, hands-on is great. So just being open to communication and there to help if they need it.
Well, thank you, Alicia, for doing this.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks, John.
Thank you to Alicia and Katie for agreeing to be interviewed and for all the amazing work you do for our clients. Next month, we will take a trip southwest to visit our friends in Hernando County. Thank you for watching.